Silent Hill. You gotta love this movie. First of all, this is one of those rare properties that actually is one of the good movies that has come out based on a video game. And to be fair, this was a good movie. It really should have just stayed as this one movie. I didn't think they needed a sequel. To be fair, the sequel wasn't bad, but it wasn't needed. This film is pretty much perfect in its own right. Now, I do have a Blu-ray edition, and I think I still have my DVD edition because the DVD actually has some special features. The Blu-ray is really just, as you can see here, it's just the film, 1080p, uncompressed audio, DTS 5.1, that kind of stuff. In fact, it has English PCM 5.1 uncompressed. That's a pretty big deal back in this time when it first came out. This was one of the original first Blu-rays that came out, and it really is good. I have actually seen this on my TV, and it is really good. So let's talk about it. What's so good about the movie? What about the basic premise? Well, the premise starts out with this young girl who begins having these like night terrors mixed with sleepwalking, and it's starting to get real dangerous. And when her adoptive parents, get a hold of her, she keeps talking about this place called Silent Hill. And the mom, she's almost at her wit's end. She loves this kid, but she wants to know what the hell is really going on. What is driving this kid to this point? So she goes to Silent Hill after doing some research. Unfortunately, her husband doesn't want this to happen. He contacts the authorities. They try to stop her and, save them. And a police officer and her, they go into Silent Hill. The cop's not going intentionally. She's trying to stop this chick and stuff. And boom, she sees this little kid walking in the street. She tries to avoid to not hit this kid, and the kid disappears like a ghost. And then she wakes up, and then the cop comes, and they are stuck in Silent Hill. They can't get out. And all hell breaks loose. There are weird monsters attacking them. There are these strange cult people. There's a mystery. There's this one woman living by herself who has a great deal of mystery to her. There's what they call the Demon of Silent Hill, which opens and closes the door to Silent Hill. There's this post-apocalyptic world kind of thing going on. I probably said that wrong. Who cares? Anyways, moving on. And in this whole point, a mother looking for her kid while trying to survive all this insanity and these incredible, monsters. Many of them look like they had once been human and are just distorted. Pyramid Head is one of the best. There's this other guy who's this contorting thing that spits this black acid at people. Sorry, I just got off work. And of course, those crazy ass nurses with no faces. There's Pyramid Head, by the way, right there. And other things. I mean, this movie was really weird. Now, I did see the behind the scenes stuff, and I found out that a lot of these characters, a lot of everything that was going on, these were real actors, real people. So they were really giving great performances because they look so real. And the cool part about that is that when you think about it with, your main cast that you're photographing, these two women, a cop and a mother, they're not acting most of the time, they're reacting. And that's actually sometimes what makes some of the best horror movies. And the cool thing is, you don't know what's going on. There's a great subplot going on. You don't know who's the good guy, who's the bad guy. You don't know what's really going on. You don't even know if this demon thing is the worst thing in Silent Hill. And it just keeps amping up. The movie does it so well, and I feel like they really just went all in. They just went all in. And like I said, the way it ends, because I can't tell you past a certain point because that would ruin the whole movie. But let's just say that that's just what's going on with the mom. The father, he gets to Silent Hill, and he's working with some of these local cops, and they sort of realize something's going on, and they're trying to tell this guy, that nobody lives in Silent Hill anymore because there's a mine fire, and there's ash and poisonous gas, and there's a real town in the U.S. that really is the inspiration, not just for the game, but also for the movie, called Centralia. And from what I understand, the fire will be burning there for a long, long, long time. It's insane. I don't, because it's been a while since I've seen the film, but I have seen it on all of my setups, just not recently. And also, this adds a little mystery. Who are they? You probably want to find out now. The film just works so well. Now, the Silent Hill games, they're just like that. They're not like Resident Evil where you can find a buttload of ammo sometimes. No, you are literally deciding whether or not you're going to use that gun or that crowbar and the consequences. Or should you just run like hell? And the movie actually does that pretty good. You see the fear in these characters' eyes, and you actually feel it too. And the way the movie ends, it kind of makes you wonder if anybody won or lost. It's a question to be asked. And that's why I'm not going to spoil the ending. It's a good movie. I'm amazed more people haven't covered it, but maybe they haven't, I just haven't seen them. Either way, though, I highly recommend this movie for you to watch this Halloween, if you can find it. And by the way, just finding this Blu-ray copy at the time I went looking for it was not easy. Recently, I was in, believe it or not, because of this movie, give me that, Tremors Striker Island. By the way, I watched the film. It's really good. I'll probably cover it next year or something, or do a special covering, but good movie. But anyways, I didn't see any Silent Hill, either in DVD or Blu-ray, and definitely not in 4K, which kind of sucks. I really would like to see this movie in 4K. Anyways, so is it worth it? Yes. Get your hands on it if you can. Unfortunately, it's at the time point where they were just transitioning fully into DVD, and the VHS was completely gone, but we weren't quite at full high definition yet. So there's still full screen versions of this movie out there somewhere. So yeah, that's not a good thing. But this is still a good movie to pick up, still a good movie to watch, still a good movie to enjoy. I highly recommend it, and I am going to give it a strong 8 out of 10. It is worth it. I'm going to add this as a little extra quote, but Sony, could you please buy this franchise from Konami, because they really suck. I mean, I played BT, and that game is freaky as hell. I do wish I still had it on my PS4, but the original system I had did kind of die. It got used for like 3 years constantly. That was how much gaming I was doing at the time, and also movies and stuff. So there's that. So yeah, I really wish they would do that. I really wish they would let Guillermo del Toro do the next game like he originally planned, or all this other stuff, and just give us a new Silent Hill game, because we aren't getting jack. We're not getting jack, and it kind of sucks. All we have really is this movie and its sequel, and what games already exist, and that means sometimes you have to go and find the older games, which is not always going to be easy. Still, 8 out of 10 for this movie. It is actually worth a watch, and it is one of my 5 recommended video game movies, and they are Mortal Kombat first, Resident Evil, Resident Evil, Mortal Kombat, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Assassin's Creed, and Pokemon Detective Pikachu, which I think is the only movie out of that list you can really show to a kid. But this is a really good movie. I recommend it. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later, and have fun. Happy Halloween.